Brand new video today. We're doing 2 WNBA player props here on PrizePicks for Thursday, June 27th. Pretty decent slate. Overall, we got the 4 games. We got Minnesota, Dallas coming up here shortly. I'm not going to be giving a play from this game here in this video. Connecticut, Washington, Vegas, Chicago, and Indiana versus Seattle. Again, before I get started, you guys, link in the description below. Hop into the premium Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. It's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. We have the premium cappers in there as well. They post all their plays in there. So super positive community. Everyone just trying to help each other cash. But I got 2 player props here for this WNBA slate. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into it. The first play I'm looking at is going to be a fantasy score. It's going to be A'ja Wilson, over 52.5. Now, again, best player in the league, most dominant player in the league, and to me, the player that racks up fantasy points the easiest is A'ja Wilson. She gets this matchup versus the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. There's a lot of hype coming into this matchup. This is the first time these two teams have faced off, and this is a road game for Las Vegas, which I think presents itself just a little bit better odds that this game does remain close, right? We can see here, as far as injuries go, I think Chelsea Gray is going to be back in that starting lineup. But again, it just presents an absolute elite opportunity here for A'ja Wilson. We look at her splits, right? She dominates on the road, right? In 5 games, 31, 11.8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3.4 blocks on the road. She just becomes ultra aggressive, right? Takes about 3 more shots per game on the road, and we take a look over on Outlier. Again, link in the description. Get a 7-day free trial with Outlier here. She's over this line in all 5 road games, averaging 65.26 fantasy points in those 5 road games. You guys, just absolutely dominating. And like I said, Chicago Sky allow the second most points in the paint. The second most points in the paint to opponents. They also allow the 3rd most steals, and I think what is this, like the 9th most blocks. But nonetheless, not overthinking this one. I think A'ja Wilson will come out and play in this one. Super aggressive, going up against Angel Reese. Just a lot of hype going into this one, right? Social media and things like that. A lot of people here looking at this matchup, and I definitely think A'ja Wilson is going to come into this one and absolutely dominate, as she just continues to dominate on the road. Even if we go back to last season versus the Chicago Sky, she had her best game of the year last season versus the Chicago Sky. Now, obviously, it's a completely different team, but 38-16, 1, 3, and 4. And if we just look at this season, right, we just need 52.5. I mean, she's cleared this line in, let's actually look at it. I don't know if we're on Outlier. She's over this line in 9 of 14 games already this season. But like I said, on the road, she turns up. I definitely see A'ja Wilson just going crazy today. So love this spot for her, 52.5. I definitely think this game could be pretty competitive, considering it is a home game for the Chicago Sky. And we know that the Las Vegas Aces, again, just not a great defensive team so far this season. So 52.5 fantasy for A'ja Wilson is the first play. Second play is going to be a first half prop. Another fantasy score line, and I'm looking at Skylar Diggins over 15.5 fantasy in the first half. Skylar Diggins has had a kind of a somewhat of an up and down year, but she's been pretty consistent, I'd say. But this is a great spot versus Indiana, right? We know Indiana just horrible defensively. I think Indiana, you can see here, the worst defensive rating in the league, which obviously presents just a terrific opportunity for Skylar Diggins being the lead point guard, the playmaker on the Seattle Storm, who again, I believe they play at like the fastest pace, right? Seattle Storm, let's see, where's pace? Yeah, the Storm play at the 2nd fastest pace in the WNBA. You know, matching up against the team that has the worst defensive rating really presents a great opportunity for fantasy score lines. Now, we look at Skylar Diggins this season at home. She's over this line in 5 of 6 home games. 5 of 6 home games, and then including her best first half fantasy score game of the year came against Indiana. She had 27.5 fantasy versus Indiana back on May 30th. 27.5 first half fantasy for Skylar Diggins. Again, it just presents a great opportunity. 15.5, just a little bit too low for her in my opinion, just given kind of what that type of stat line entails for Skylar Diggins. I mean, we're talking about like 6 points, 4 assists, a steal. I mean, that's super close to 15.5. So I think she's going to see 15 plus minutes here in this one. And again, 2nd fastest pace in the WNBA versus the worst defensive rating. Skylar Diggins over in 5 of 6 home games this season, I believe. Yeah, 5 of 6 home games this year for Skylar Diggins. So great spot for her. 2 WNBA players for this slate. please drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.